As a kid, did you ever play superheroes? Did you ever create your own superheroes?
Did you ever then take those characters and create an entire universe off the back of them? Well, we did. And over the years, that universe has actually grown into something we're truly proud of. But that's not what this podcast is about. This podcast is about reaching to the back of the fridge to talk about the first characters we ever created. The ones we made up in 5 minutes just so our friends could play make-believe with us. The ones we scribbled onto notebook paper while waiting for our kids' meals. Back then, we thought those characters were legendary. But now, well, we'll let you be the judge of that. This is the Retcon Microwave. Let's reheat some leftovers. Hello and welcome back to the Retcon Microwave, the show where we take our old characters, creatures, and creations and try to fit them into their own amalgam universe that may or may not make sense. I'm joined as always by my two co-hosts, Caden.
Hello.
And Noah.
Hey, welcome back to the Retcon Microwave. How is everyone doing tonight?
Doing good. You're doing good, Noah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Look at you taking charge on this episode. I like it. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm tired. How about you, know?
I'm a little tired, but I'm excited to see this character here. I know I only got the name. Who do we have tonight?
As we mentioned last time, the character we're talking about today is the Pterodactyl.
Okay. The Pterodactyl.
The Pterodactyl.
Oh, he's British.
He's British.
Oh,
Here's what the character looks
he's
like.
from London, ladies and gentlemen.
He's from London, the only British place I knew.
So this character in the new, Caden drew this, as far as I know.
Yes, I did draw that.
Yeah, you can tell. It's good drawing.
Okay, that's a little.
That
was like backhanded.
If I drew it, it would look bad.
That looks a little backhanded. I mean, come on.
So this character...
He's got the UK symbol on his face. He's got the UK symbol on his chest. He's got the UK symbol on his feet.
I kind of hate it.
Meaning he's stepping on the UK every time he walks.
Maybe he hates the English Empire.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he hates the British.
This was one of the characters we created for our friends.
Okay.
But I remember liking the character. I remember being like, I want to use this character other ways.
Further on, yeah.
He even made other appearances. Like, I made this hero's guide. You can
cool.
see him. Oh, also, you can see is the only example of his coloring. It's green. So all the
So
white,
is it the British flag or is it just?
It's actually all green and black.
Okay.
So it's all dark.
So it's
green
the
and
UK
black.
design, but in green and
Kinda
black
like
colors.
Big time Spider-Man.
His coloring is green and black. That's the takeaway.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, interesting enough, this is one of the few characters that comes with a very defined origin, and he has a set of powers.
Okay.
He has a lot of information about him.
Oh my God! His last name is Phoenix.
His name is Victor Phoenix.
Oh my God.
Hometown.
You don't like it?
Well, no, it's just very. It's very like 13-year-old. However old we were.
I like this more than you do.
You like? I mean, I just think the name is.
Yeah.
Victor Phoenix. It sounds like he's like a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah. Hometown of London. Noah, would you like to read? Oh,
the powers or the arch nemesis origin?
The origin. Although, hang on, he's 17 years old according to this. That's not right, but whatever.
Why isn't right?
I feel like he's older, but okay. Originally, Silver Age, he was 17 years old. Noah, would you like to read the origin for us? If you can on that. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of light.
It says, English spies needed a new weapon. They developed spy wings kept under a very high security system. It was loaded with gadgets. They hired a young agent to carry out the missions. Later, the agency was crushed, though the young agent kept the wings and later became London's personal hero, fighting crime. Very cool.
Yeah, and that is the Pterodactyl.
Yes.
For people at home, his costume is essentially the London flag, and he has big wings.
Check out the YouTube channel if you want to see what it really looks like.
Or check out the website. Oh yeah, what's his powers?
Well, he has multiple gadgets that make his powers, including the power of flight, but not limited to, apparently.
Yeah. So the main power is power of flight, apparently.
But he has other gadgets.
Yeah.
He's like a mix between Falcon. He's basically Falcon, actually.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, there's no mix. He's Falcon.
In my mind, he was like more of like the suit was a mechanical suit, more of an Iron Man style, but Falcon could work.
I just immediately have made the connection between Sharky here, with just having, I guess, the word gadgets or something.
Yeah.
But do you picture him being kind of completely outclassed by Sharky?
Yes, of course. Everybody's outclassed.
Everybody's outclassed by Sharky.
The only reason Sharky isn't the most OP character we've gone over so far, which he
because-
still is, is because he's 7.
a kid.
Is
Yeah, and he doesn't have like the reasoning powers of an adult.
You know what? Actually, in my mind, maybe this is more of a James Bond character than
I like that.
Like,
Because I didn't want to just go with the Iron Man route.
Yeah, because it says English spies. They needed a new weapon. They developed this guy.
Right.
Maybe this is a spy.
I kind of like that. It mentions they hired a new young agent. He's maybe doesn't necessarily have that all tragic of an origin story. He's just
He's a spy.
He's a spy, and he's upcoming.
I like that.
And he's left with no one else. Well, he's a new spy. He's still learning the ropes, and then all of his fellow comrades are basically. It seems like it's wiped out. He's trying to figure
They get
that
Winter
out.
Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so he's just left on his own.
So I kind of want to include the fact. I do want to keep the fact that he's 17.
Okay.
Because that would, besides Jaguar, make him the oldest character. No. What's Linus?
Linus is
40s. No, Linus is like early 30s.
Okay,
It's our first teen hero.
he's our first teen, I guess. But I like the idea. We could make it to where he's 17. He's a spy. Why would they need a 17-year-old spy with this much high-tech education conspiracy?
What do you mean?
Like something fishy. Pterodactyl pun.
Okay. Is
that
happening in a school?
It's happening in a school.
how is that a pterodactyl pun?
Because pteranodons eat fish.
I think this character should have a double identity. Like, be the first real character with a double identity.
Okay.
I mean, he's
Like-
a spy, yeah.
Yeah, but like he's also a teenager, and he'll go into like the next room and he'll change into a. I imagine he's also a superhero, but like he's a superhero working for the government.
Kind of
then
like
he's a spy.
Black Widow
Yeah.
kind of situation.
Like they'll also send him on.
Hawkeye.
They'll send him on stealth missions if they need to.
Yeah. So that brings us to a point like how developed is his suit?
What how much technology?
Like I mean, like what level are we talking? Like because Winter Soldier, Falcon's just got a backpack with wings.
Right.
In Civil War, he's got what's his bird's name?
Red Wing.
Red Wing. He's got Red Wing, and it's got like more technology on it. And then by the time you get to like Endgame and
In my mind, it's kind of maybe it's maxed out, but he doesn't know how it's.
like a blue beetle.
It's kind of a Blue Beetle situation,
Okay.
but it's say he had kind of like the guy who made the suit or the people who made the suit he knew, but they're all gone now.
Okay.
And so they finished it's a finish. It's a
They never got
finish.
to teach him
They
everything.
never teach him anything, so he has full access to everything if he knows how to get to it, but he doesn't.
Okay.
So he's constantly trying to unlock that and figuring that out.
Kind of like an Omnitrix situation.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Does it have an AI?
No, I'm tired of AIs. I mean, unless y'all want them.
I don't want an AI. I want him on his own. I don't want any kind of. Well, I say that.
No, I feel like you should stick by your guts there.
Okay.
Okay.
He's on his own. He's on his own.
I think
Okay.
that works.
Yeah.
And that could be a good part of his character.
Yeah.
He's a loner.
In his suit, I imagine it. You said it a minute ago, and I'm like, oh, it clicked. I imagine a Blue Beetle type of suit.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah, not Iron Man, but Blue Beetle in that it kind of forms around him if he needs it.
That's fair.
It's more skin tight. Like, you know how Blue Beetle in Young Justice, it's essentially just, he's the same size. It doesn't add a whole lot of bulk, but it is a tech suit.
And so one of the reasons I brought it up is because like capabilities in terms of like, okay, because we know he goes on stealth missions. What level of stealth can he go for? Like, is it like a Quinjet, like or invisible jet kind of thing, or is it like Young Justice stealth mode where they tap their chest and it's like a dark version of it?
Okay.
I like the latter because I don't want to
agree.
just go with the.
Yeah.
That's too OP too quick. Even though we have Sharky that exists, but Sharky's got to hang up. So
I could see he has a dark version, and if he's flying in the sky at night,
that
really
seems
see
mostly
him.
what he was like retcon of that.
Yeah.
Oh, and he should also have
Recon. Recon. I don't know why I'm talking about
no
retcon.
retcon microwave.
Well, yes. The
Let's
retcon.
reheat some leftovers.
Yeah.
So I think that when he should also have like capabilities to be like not tracked on any radar or anything. Like he should really be. We should really
My
play
only
into that.
question so far is he really is where does the name come from for him? Because there's
He looks like a pterodactyl, and pterodactyls are a very common species found in England.
You know what? No, you're kind of right. All he has is wings.
He has wings and he's British.
But look at look at the design of the wings here.
Okay, so the wing design is pterodactyl based. Yes,
They're not
I see
bird
that.
wings.
They're
They're
not
very-
bird. They are not bird wings. However, do you want when his suit envelops him when he turns it on?
Yeah.
Does it create the crescent or something on his head, like some kind of?
I'm not sure if I like pterodactyl having it, the British one.
Okay.
Okay.
The British one.
The British.
Victor, the British one.
Victor Phoenix. If we need to work that shop that name, we can.
Yeah,
I'm fine
let's
with
keep
it.
it.
Yeah.
Let's keep it.
Yeah.
Whatever. We
No, I
maybe
think we got.
Victor?
So
Maybe that's his spy name.
Agent.
So
Agent Phoenix.
No, not Agent Phoenix.
That
That'd
makes
be-
sense because
Agent Pterodactyl have it
Okay,
because there's no
here's-
other reason for it to be.
Okay.
And I mean, it's weird calling it Agent Pterodactyl, sure, but
Right.
but
No.
there's not besides the wings. There's nothing correlating him having the name Pterodactyl. Why would?
Here's my thoughts.
All right.
Here's my thoughts.
Yeah.
The character can lean into that name, and it's personal to them. Like it's a silly name, but in the universe, since the character kind of stands by it, it becomes something more powerful, like Deku. Like Deku is
That's fair.
So here's my correlation with Pterodactyl is
Okay.
that he really likes the name. Nobody else does. So he calls himself Pterodactyl, and that's what he wants to be called.
All right, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But we don't have to establish it right now. But I would say we have to figure out where he gets that from.
Okay.
Whether that be
I
say
see what you're saying.
whether that be say someone from the agency that was destroyed that kind of coined that nickname, or like maybe one of the people that designed the suit, they took after someone that he was fond of who made the suit and pointed out, say, hey, the wings design was based off of this, and as an homage to them, kept that name.
It's a parody, a
Yeah.
spoof.
It's yeah.
As a spoof of this dead person. Well,
Yeah.
One of the things I say is like the agency could keep calling him Agent Phoenix, and he's like, no, Agent Pterodactyl. No, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And he's like, I like it.
Okay, sure.
That's what
I'm fine with that.
That's all.
Yeah. All right.
But I mean, I get what you're saying. We do
Yeah.
need a motive for him to
Yeah.
actually. It could be a more personal motive for him, though.
Yeah.
I don't really just want it to be like, oh, he's obsessed with prehistoric life.
We were talking about stealth. We were talking about his he's a stealth. He has some stealth aspects to him. I like the idea that he may not be super stealth physically. Like he has a stealth mode, but it's like a tapping Young Justice style. But to any machine, he can't be seen.
Okay.
No machine can pick him up. Even Sharky can't pick him up.
So is his current objective right now just, I suppose, trying to figure out who did this atrocity to his
what
agency?
is he trying to do, though?
What is
what is
yeah.
his initial mission, and what is it kind of... Because I feel like they should be connected.
Well, I think in our version, his agency is still going to be up and running. I think he's still getting missions from them.
Well, what you said, it says the agency gets destroyed. We kind of playing off.
The agency was
Oh,
crushed, though the young agent kept the wings and later became London's personal hero. So he
So he's
ends
still
up
like
fighting
a-
crime, but his
I
agency is.
thought you were saying
wiped
there's
out.
a school conspiracy and the agency
I'm saying-
assigns him to work it.
I was saying that it's a school... Here's what I'm thinking. It's a school conspiracy. They assign this 17-year-old to this agency, and he he doesn't realize he's actually chasing a small lead, which leads to this big, massive conspiracy that ends up getting his agency destroyed, and now he's the only agent left trying to fight this thing.
The way I had it in mind was that, when you say crushed, I picture just the main facility he returns to, quite literally, is
gone.
decimated, and he is left with all the people he knew in that branch and subsequent branches or whatever,
Okay.
just gone. And so he's left trying to figure out, he's just trying to find leads. That's
So leads for what? Oh,
where
that's
is
what we're-
everyone?
Okay.
Because he's
Oh, they're not dead?
I think most of them should be dead.
Most of them should be dead. The people he knew, his facility is destroyed. And when he's trying to find traces of what happened, who did this to them, and why is suddenly my agency gone
And some people went underground.
and went underground, he's
Okay.
basically left on his own trying to figure out where everyone else is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very covert rogue agent kind of
Yeah.
thing. He is a
Okay.
rogue agent.
Maybe he would show up in Jaguar's realm because he found one person that was connected to the incident
Okay,
that
yeah.
ended up also maybe just some kind of mercenary or something
Yeah.
that does multiple jobs.
I think-
Atlantis assassin.
Okay. I think we might have found our main character.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, he does feel like the most rounded out and the most
Yeah.
grounded.
yeah. He's young, but he's also he's
I think he has a sense of duty
yeah.
to him.
I think you mean Doty.
Duty.
Yeah.
I think you mean
Um,
Doty. I'm kind of thinking Tom Cruise Mission Impossible, honestly. I feel like there's he's sort of a MacGyver character, I feel.
That works.
Like
Okay.
he can outsmart his way out of any situation.
I think he's he's smart enough tech-wise to tinker with the suit and fix up minor things, but he doesn't quite understand how it works. I imagine he can hack into the suit. He doesn't understand most of it, but he's like, okay, I know what I'm looking for. This file, I can kind of figure it out, most of it is gibberish to him, but he does know how to like hack through a door or something. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he is a spy. He's
Yeah.
not. He's competent enough to be in the leagues with everyone else.
He's very street smart / like he's got like that. Oh, let me just microwave a fork with the gas on and explode this building.
Okay.
Like he's got that kind of vibe where he can get out of situations like that. So was he like raised a spy or was he enlisted?
I think he was enlisted, just like in
Yeah.
the same way someone is like, oh, I just want to work for the government
Yeah.
and I'll be part of like MI6 or whatever, you know. He's that
Did you
dude.
just okay.
I don't know.
MI6.
I don't know.
I
don't know British people or British things. I don't watch Tom Cruise.
I want to be part of MI6. This agency should have some, like, all these other things exist, and this agency should be, like, dedicated to hiding them.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not like an SCP.
No, like a monarch
They're kind of like a monarch, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, what I'm thinking is, it doesn't have to be,
from Godzilla, in case.
he thinks that this is just a normal spy agency, but the real, like, purpose of this, like, there's layers to this thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the world knows this agency as a public thing, but this public agency also has a darker layer where it's like a CIA kind of thing, and that layer even has a darker layer where it's like they're hiding Sharky and Barracuda and Jaguar and Lioness. Maybe not Lioness, but everybody else.
They don't give a crap about Lioness.
They don't give a crap about Lioness, but everybody
Linus
else
is too well known among
honestly.
the
Yeah.
Las Vegas Strip. There's nothing they can do about
There's
that.
always a sniper pointed at her, but they just never pull the trigger.
Or maybe she just has maybe it's like an instinct where
She's
like
friends with the sniper. She knows of him.
or no, maybe it's like an instinct, like a spider sense that every time they fire the bullet, she accidentally pulls a random tabby cat in front of it. Stops it. And she's just followed by dead cats. They learned after their first week of trying to kill her that there's no use. She was just robbing Vegas, so it doesn't matter.
But the sniper doesn't tell his superiors. He's like, well, this is a sweet gig. I'm getting paid to stay in
Dude.
Vegas. He's
Sniper-
like,
Maybe she convinced the sniper. Maybe the sniper was a recovering alcoholic, and somehow this mission made him return to the drink.
Well, probably after he murdered multiple cats.
I know, he's like, he's a furry, and he loves cats so much.
No.
He has a persona on his side gig.
he has a little.
You know how in spy movies they always make the spy shoot the dog to get rid of attachments. They sent him on this mission to shoot a furry so they could get rid of his attachments.
He has a tattoo of his persona on his
Exactly.
Oh,
They had to have it
arm. On
scraped
his
off.
big burly arm.
And this man is French.
When did this
No.
turn?
I don't know. I just wanted to go
When
back
did this
to
turn to a
Linus.
lioness episode?
This man's 6'6", 280 pounds of pure muscle.
The government
Arms
yeah.
is bigger than like your waist.
Yeah.
hairier than us too.
Harry.
Furrier, should I
Should I
say?
say?
I can't shave it. It's the closest I'll get.
Well, like the thing is, after the agency was like, he's been missing for a month. We gotta go look for him. He's just on the slot machine,
You know, I'm looking
and
forward.
he's still got his tail on.
Aw.
It's hanging off the side.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing the interactions of all these characters,
Yeah.
particularly
Is it-
Lioness and Pterodactyl here.
Earlier you mentioned that this is a Tom Cruise thing to you, and I think to me it's a James Bond that turns into a Tom Cruise because the
Yeah,
organization.
it
does
feels
that.
like this whole organization. It feels like every gun's been pointed at Pterodactyl. That's what I like.
Okay,
Every gun has been pointed at Pterodactyl because now he knows everything.
Yeah.
He knows for some reason.
When the agency went under, he figured it all out.
Like what he gets all the information or whatever. Maybe
Okay.
there's a backup that sends it to his suit or whatever.
And
When like the servers are destroyed or something, and every file that's ever been caused by now he's like target number one.
What if they came into the building searching for the files? But they triggered something and it all sent to Pterodactyl's suit.
Yeah.
They destroy the building and that's why they're after Pterodactyl because they're like all the information is stored in that suit somewhere.
Okay.
So now we need that suit.
So here's my question: what is he doing in the school? Or we want to keep that?
I
He's
figured
17,
I figured
right?
that's his secret identity. I figure he also has a civilian life.
Okay.
Like I figure he does work for the government, but he's like a young James Bond style. He's also, a teenager at school and he's having fun. And
Okay, that's
he has a bit of a life.
I can accept that. But I think the thing that's going to bother me if we don't get it right is why did the government pick this dude?
Okay.
Why is it a 17-year-old that has a suit?
Yeah, this one can't quite. This one isn't as jokey as the others,
Yeah.
so we can't quite make
Y'all
it.
picture him still going to school?
I thought it was. I picture more of like a private school, like a dorm, like he lives on campus and like it's almost a college.
I guess.
But I mean,
it'll probably warm up to me, but just
what's wrong with the image to you?
I don't know. I just like
Doesn't fit.
He's on the run. It's like how they.
Well, he starts out at the school.
Okay.
And he goes on the run.
Okay, but after he's on the run, he's not like, oh well, I'm.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
No.
Well, in that case, then it's fine.
And he's going to school, and he's living life, and he's also got these side gigs as Pterodactyl, and then the floor falls out from under him, and he's like having to fight off every person with a gun in a 3-mile radius or a 5-mile radius.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be fun.
Whenever you say on the run, how much on the run do you? Is he like sleeping in motel? Where is he going?
I feel like he's on the run. He's got to find the characters on the list, and those are the characters that we are talking about next week. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Or he's following leads, and that leads him to these other characters or these things the agency was trying to keep secret.
Okay.
And we'll talk about this next week. But maybe he goes to Lioness for information. Maybe he goes to maybe he ends up stumbling across Barracuda and throws up and leaves. And then like maybe he just throws up in the ocean and leaves.
That's so mean. That's so mean.
But like it's this straight faced character who's got a mission, and then he sees something that looks like Barracuda, and he's like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And it's like it's like you're looking at Spider-Ham in real life, and he's on the run.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that because I like the idea of this character just having to be smarter than everybody, having to outwit everybody, having to be faster than everybody. And he's always got a gun at the back of his head, and all he's got is this suit that he doesn't even know how to work.
He's got a suit. He's got an alcoholic woman in a cat costume. In my mind, it seems inevitable that he has to team up with Lioness. Yeah. But he's got that. He's got an abomination creature from the ocean. And a little boy that can go ballistic and destroy the world.
Yeah. And a jaguar.
Yeah.
And a man with a J on his stomach.
Slightly off center. It's just kind of like...
It's crooked.
It wasn't like his choice. It wasn't his choice.
It's...
So, yeah.
There's nothing profound. He's so proud of it, but it's crooked and it takes out like 4 of his abs, the burned J.
He said the J stands for Jesus. Jesus was the farmer that burned me.
No.
Jesus burned me.
You guys want to go back to powers a little bit?
Well, I don't want it to be OP.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Sharky for that. He should have just little gadgets that help him.
Okay.
This is not Iron Man. It's not even. It's Blue Beetle-esque, but it's not that level.
It's not that.
Again, he's going from just a government agency.
A common pterodactyl.
Again, like I appreciated what you said earlier. Like he encounters Barracuda. He's like, it just. Like, up to this point, he's pretty, like, even maybe having... Straight-faced. Even with Lioness, he's just like, okay, whatever. He sees Barracuda, it kind of just, for an instant, he's like, I don't know what to do. Because he's never encountered anything like this at this point. He wasn't ever expecting to encounter anything like that.
Oh, and Barracuda should ride on his shoulder in one shot, where he's like flying, and Barracuda's, like, hanging on with a fish on his...
He really doesn't want him there, but he's not letting go.
He's
there. But, his gadgets, I think, should reflect that.
His arms don't just turn into plasma cannons. He has like a gun on his holster.
Think more like Robin from Young Justice. Like he's got gadgets.
Mm-hmm. Like he has like the
yeah, like he has like
arm.
a little computer on his arm, or maybe he's got
for hacking.
Yes, and he's also maybe got
for sending emails.
Yeah, maybe. Do you think he has Google?
Bing.
They're British. They have Bing.
They didn't want to get.
I don't know if that's a British thing, but
it
is now.
They couldn't pronounce Google. They're like Google.
I think he has the little computer on his arm. He has wings. Is he bulletproof?
No.
Okay, so his suit isn't that. The suit forms over him, but it's not a Blue Beetle scarab. It's like a backpack thing he wears.
Yes.
I was almost gonna suggest. Do you remember Lex Luthor when he had cancer in Justice League and he had that big
that
old
was
green?
The funniest plotline.
Yeah. And it was pretty funny.
Yeah, like
but,
it's crazy.
Just has cancer.
That's a great joke. Still laugh about it.
But you know how the Ultra Humanite, he made just that green suit that went over his whole torso.
Oh yeah.
Maybe something similar. I don't know. It's kind of bulky, but it's what he has.
I think for a spy, he would need to be more like under. It would
be more. It would be slimmer.
Okay.
But maybe something.
Are you talking about the mech suit?
Not the whole suit, but remember when he just has the thing that keeps him from dying? that's what it just looks like bare.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe less bulky. I don't know. It's just what I pictured.
I can take that.
I imagine more like a slim metal backpack type thing that he wears,
Mhm.
and then all he has to do is he has to say a word and it'll unpack and form it over him.
I can work with that.
I didn't imagine I don't imagine it like a torso thing. I imagine it was built for spy work, so it's sleek and undercover.
Okay, that's fair.
And it can be used as a backpack as well.
That's fine.
And then he does a thing and it transforms over him.
Or he needs we need to. Is there something that he has that gives him a little boost of power over?
What do you mean?
You mean like he needs to have a little bit of an extra kind of move thing that goes on?
The suit makes him a little stronger. Like he has probably enhanced.
Kind of like
strength.
a Batman Beyond suit kind of
Yeah.
thing. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, Batman Beyond would probably be better.
Okay.
Maybe like halfway between Batman Beyond and whatever else we were talking about. But I see what you need. There's a need for him to actually like have a use compared to all these other dudes. Like,
so he can fly. That's pretty good.
he's an all-rounder.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine he can even go underwater. Like he's got a scuba.
Yeah,
thing
no,
built
it goes underwater. I think that's how he does stealth. He probably does stealth better than any of the others.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of stealth you need, Jaguar's probably good at it too. But
Yeah.
Jaguar's
He's more
a lot.
natural.
It's different kind of
He'd
stealth.
probably be
Barracuda doesn't need stealth. People know
Barracuda.
he's in the area. They're gone.
Yeah.
It's kind of like tingle that every living creature has and shares.
I imagine he has some kind of gun. Like,
Well, he's a spy. Yeah.
yeah, but like on his holster, he'll pull out some kind of gun. Should it
Okay.
just be a gun, or should it be like a ray gun?
I'm okay with gun.
I'm
Okay.
okay. with
I'm
just a
okay
gun.
with like a regular pistol.
Yeah.
It's probably not his favorite thing to use,
Okay.
but because it's but I do like the idea of this like high tech dude with a gun,
Okay.
not just like
Do pterodactyl wings have claws of any sorts or damaging things with it?
not like talons, not
Yeah.
not what you're looking. It's more for like gripping and like landing. So,
What if the edges of the wings, like this
Blade,
part,
like?
they suddenly illuminate, and it's like a lightsaber thing that cuts through. Like
maybe
it's like a blade essentially.
It's a blade,
but
yeah.
it's more of a high tech blade. Like it's a light blade.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's not. It's probably like, but that might be the highest tech we can go on this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, this is his suit upgrades over time with him figuring it out. That could
Yeah.
be something he discovers.
He should have like a built-in, like sword or something.
You think that you? So I was wondering sword, Blue Beetle, but you think
I was
it's-
thinking Pacific Rim, honestly.
Yeah.
What, like a little wiggly sword and it hardens?
I wasn't thinking maybe that style, but just the fact that he has one like that, you know.
Okay.
I mean, it could be like that.
I didn't think a sword. I was thinking sword, but I didn't think a sword fit too well with.
No,
the
I think
pterodactyl.
that I don't want to just go with like wing blades. Just that, right? I feel like
Okay,
we
yeah.
could use something a little bit more creative with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the helmet can unform and then reform.
Are we thinking like nanobots or anything?
No,
I don't want nanobots.
not
Not
nanobots.
anytime
The only
soon.
reason I brought it up is like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No, it like whenever I say unform, I don't mean it peels back. I mean like it
Oh, okay, good.
and like comes back
That's
into
good.
the backpack.
That's fine. Yeah.
Like it'll do a little clunky, and then
Kind of like a
seal
like
up.
the original
I was almost
Iron
going to
Man.
suggest he just has a helmet that he needs to keep track of.
Yeah, no, I
But-
think it should be part of the suit. I think
Yeah.
it seals up airtight so he can go into the atmosphere. if
That's
he
fair.
needs
Sure. Yeah.
to.
Okay.
You should have probably some bombs on him too.
Yeah, bombs are good. Bombs would be good.
Okay.
He could have like different like smoke bombs. He might have real smoke bombs, real bombs.
He's meant for recon, so
Oh,
he's
EMPs.
and recon and scouting, so he's not going to have anything super powerful.
yeah.
But I say that at least for now. I feel like
Yeah.
in time, either he acquires upgrades or he figures out the suit better,
Yeah.
and that upgrades his suit.
EMPs.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should be immune to them too.
Yeah, he's immune to them. What if he has like a little arm laser, but like a more of a James Bond, like you cut through a bank door real fast?
That's what I was literally thinking that, but I was thinking more like a ring.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, but I was
Yeah.
just thinking Green Lantern for some reason.
Okay, and like that, he can separately pull out of the backpack if he needs to, and slide the ring on and use a little laser, and plus the gun.
I feel like he's got like we understand the powers.
Yeah, we get it.
Okay.
Yeah, we understand.
And
I
also
guess-
the fact that I think the character, what his goal is and his personality is more interesting than exactly what the suit can do.
yeah, he's a very Robin-esque character where it's like I
Yeah.
don't really care what your powers are. I care what you're like, why you're doing it. Because Robin can stand in the same room with Kid Flash and all these other powerhouses, and it's like
And he still
and
stands
he's
up.
still standing. That's kind of who Pterodactyl is.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is an interesting character in the fact that we have both a Golden Age version of them and a Silver Age version of
Okay.
them.
So explain the Silver Age and Golden Age again to the viewers.
Right. Golden Age, the first wave of creating things, when nothing made sense, it was just 10-year-olds throwing names at a wall, writing a random story
Oh,
that popped into their head.
And that would be the first 4 characters we've gone over.
Sharky, Jaguar, Barracuda, those are all Golden Age. Lioness was more Silver Age.
Okay.
Lioness was more towards we were coming
So
up
we
with.
should really divide them by like preteens, tween, and teenage.
That's how I divide Golden Age.
Okay, that's how you
Like-
very young is golden age, like very very young, like 5 to 10 years old. Preteens to like early teens is silver age, and then new age is when we actually is any comic or story that was actually had thought put into it, which is technically usually falls into late teens.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, that's a good summary.
Yeah, that's basically what we say. That's what we mean when we say all these things, and we understand the irony of it. Like that's the part of the fun.
So as I was saying, this is an interesting character in that it has both a Silver Age and a Golden Age appearance. The Golden Age I didn't even know existed until literally last episode when I turned the page and I saw him. And I'm assuming it came first.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry, I'm sorry.
Turn that off.
It's my
Get this guy
pterodactyl
outta
alarm.
here.
All right.
Move on.
So yeah, let's move on to the actual character. This is the
What
Golden
the
Age
heck?
version of Pterodactyl. Turn over your pages.
Oh,
Oh god, which one?
Turn over all of them
Oh.
together.
All of them together.
very cool.
So this is
Oh my. Superhero 4th Pterodactyl.
This version of the
Leap.
character appeared in the same book as Jaguar and Barracuda. It is not the version of the pterodactyl that I remember.
Okay.
This
Me neither.
thing seems like a weird... This doesn't even seem like the same character to me, but it shares the same name and vaguely the same powers.
And it's definitely misspelled.
Yeah, it's spelled with a T, with no P.
Okay, I've already got an idea. This is the Pterodactyl, man-bat style.
Okay.
This is a weird little like genetic experiment gone wrong, and it's spelled pterodactyl instead. And
Okay.
I had another thought, but I lost it.
Not to already pass over the main guy here.
No, but I saw the
I'm
villains.
looking at the villains.
I don't know what they are either.
I can't tell.
Elope and Speed.
Elober?
I don't know. I thought it said elope, and then I saw it was a B, so it's a lobe.
It's
A
like
lobe.
it's like a monster plant.
It looks like a plant.
It looks like there's a human on top of him. to me.
Yeah. And then, okay, if you look at the other villain, Speed, technically that's our first speedster.
Well,
But
what
what
is
is
it?
it?
Yeah, it looks like glasses that fell on the ground.
No. Okay, so what that is that's a speed line, and then that's a thing zooming into the speed line. It's like a freeze frame, and that's supposed to be the, like,
Oh!
You got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
like
Oh, and so you can see like a little thing at the end.
So that's what it actually looks like, that, whatever
Yeah,
that is.
yeah.
Mhm. And that's just the blur.
And that's just the
Okay.
blur.
That was
So the top-
That was
yeah.
kind of creative
Yeah.
on my part. It was horrible. I liked it. That's
So the
cool.
top circle is just the
Yeah.
hurling ball
Oh.
of speed.
Oh, I remember. I was thinking there's either the Man-Bat scenario or this
Mhm.
could be like the Human Torch to the Fantastic Four's Human Torch.
Oh, cool. I
So
like that.
you familiar with that, Noah?
Yeah.
Marvel's first character, Human Torch, and then gets Johnny Storm is a different character.
Yeah. This thing looks kind of like an I was gonna pass right over this guy and just say, here's an interesting origin.
Well,
But-
let's just take a minute and then
Yeah.
just like we don't have to spend as much time as we done like Barracuda or,
Yeah.
or Jaguar or whatever. But like I say, because we've already had our fair share of creatures and
Well,
monsters.
was this like? Do you see his arms like they're they're
strapped in,
They're
yes.
strapped
Yeah,
in.
they're strapped
yeah.
in. Yeah.
So they aren't his wings. Then.
Okay.
Or maybe they could be his wings, and he straps them to his arms.
Well, here's a cool idea. What if it's like he's just a weird little abomination? And I know a lot of our characters have had that theme so far, but he's like actually scary
Okay.
because his arms are outstretched and the skin has melted to form wings. So it's like he can see the outline of human arms, but they kind of mesh into these reptilian wings.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
I mean, we don't have to go super in depth with this guy because he's just Man-Bat /
Yeah.
he's just Man-Bat basically.
He's the evil pterodactyl.
He's the evil terror-dactyl.
Dactyl, yeah.
So he doesn't need to be complex or anything. He can just be like a monster.
I kind of like that because we've had grotesque creatures like Barracuda and, really Barracuda, but this is the this is the other end of that spectrum of
Snake Woman.
Oh, that's
Serpent Woman. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we've had that of like one end of the spectrum of that's so gross and it's kind of funny. This is the other end of the spectrum of
That's
oh god, that's
legitimately
terrifying.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
don't let that thing find you.
Because we could also, if I draw this guy, I'll actually draw him this time instead of making a weird 3D video.
I love that so much.
Because this guy wouldn't be funny. I'll draw this guy maybe, and if I draw him tonight, I do want to make him look grotesque because he's got 1 foot bigger than the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we can make him just absolutely terrifying.
Yeah,
So he's a dangerous villain.
I'd go into that. You know, I kind of want to go back to Speed a little bit.
Okay.
What do you think? Is that a gnat? Is it
Okay. To me,
A gnat.
I was like, maybe it's a really small insect that has super. That was my first stupid thought.
that's.
I
I
don't
mean,
know what it
I
is.
kind of like that. And here's the thing, though, he does look like he has praying mantis arms.
Oh, Speed?
Yeah.
How can you even tell? It's like a.
Look, he's got like little things right there. Look.
Yeah, you're right. I thought those were. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He's not. If he's a gnat size, somebody just squishes him and he's dead. That would technically be. That's kind of historic. That would probably no. Wouldn't Slash be our first?
In
this thing?
in
Yeah,
the
okay.
in the context of this podcast,
This is our
the
first
first
speedster.
speedster that's been introduced.
So let's just glaze right over him.
Yeah,
Like freshly
let's
laid
go
snow.
right up.
I'm more curious about this Alobe character, more so just the human character that is attached to the top of him.
He also looked like a monster truck eating thing, like
Oh, you're right. That's what he kind of looks like.
He looks like a plant that's head is a Godzilla villain mixed with a
Monster
like
truck.
monster
Yeah.
truck eating thing at one of those monster
Wait.
truck rallies.
The way I kind of see it, just like maybe it's like a fake human. I don't know.
Oh, that's
but like a
kinda
fake
cool,
human
yeah.
doll as a prey.
Like
SpongeBob style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, I think it could be
Shared
that. 'cause
trauma.
Hated that thing.
I wanted the ice cream so bad.
I used to skip past it every time. I
Really?
Saw that
Oh
movie.
god, I don't remember that. I
would,
that.
like,
You know what you're
close
talking
my-
about?
No.
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
It's been so long since I've
Okay.
seen it.
Yeah,
So-
like SpongeBob man.
I know.
As a quick explanation, Wikipedia style, SpongeBob and Patrick are going through a dangerous waste valley, and they see an old lady at a stand giving out ice cream, and it turns out to be the tongue of this anglerfish creature. And they
That
try to
sounds
reach out and
familiar.
grab the ice cream, and it's like sticky, and they can't.
But the lady talks like it's
yeah,
not
she
just a
talks,
thing.
and there's like
She's like, "Sonny, come back," and then like the
and it's
whole,
creepy.
and she's like melty and like gooey, like
yeah,
it's so,
it's creepy,
and
and
I need to
it's,
rewatch
it's
it.
in
it's
a,
right before they go in the trench.
It's in a
Okay.
skull graveyard.
Wait, is that the thing? Is that the creature that gets like eaten
Yes,
4 times over?
yeah.
What?
When they go to the trench, they're all like mystified and like stare in
Yeah.
disbelief after the creature just got eaten like 4 times over.
Yeah,
Like
runs
it's
off.
like a babushka doll kind of thing.
Yeah, it runs off over the cliff. Something eats it. Something eats
Oh,
that
okay,
thing.
okay. 'Cause
Something
I don't
eats-
remember that part,
Yeah.
but yeah. So this, you found that a lot more traumatizing than me, huh?
Yeah, no, I hated that thing.
Okay, I didn't.
I could not watch it for a while.
Good movie.
Yeah.
But anyways, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what this is.
Bubble blowing babies.
Maybe that thing exists in.
I don't know if it would be a actual villain for this guy,
No, not
but
for this guy.
it could exist somewhere. I
What
think.
you mean? Oh, for this guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this could be something that would probably fit in Jaguar's. Kind of
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
I think that's probably in Jaguar's thing. And
Put him in the creative reserves.
Yeah.
I guess the last thing, Pterodactyl
Go
to
ahead.
Pterodactyl. Shut up.
All right, sorry.
Pterodactyl to Pterodactyl. Do we want to establish right now what their kind of rivalry or what he is to him? It could be, again, like the scientists that were making the suit or whomever. They killed them in the process and they're attempting to replicate it, and it's a disaster. It
Yeah, that's what I
becomes-
was thinking.
yeah.
Like, it could have been an attempt at a mechanical suit on a person, and it just melts, and this dude is like horrifying. Yeah, like I think my only problem with the way we have this going is I think it loses that monster element of it. Like I like the fact that he's kind of Ridley. Like, it's just
I
this
was
monster.
gonna say before, I don't mind going with this approach, and it probably makes more logical sense. But I almost kind of wanted Pterodactyl to be an outlier, in which case he kind of just springs up out of nowhere.
Okay.
No
Okay.
one knows what he's, and that's why he's kind of scary, because and it's like he's kind of just he's local to London. He's not really affecting the agency that, or whatever he's trying to track down.
conspiracy's
The
going on.
conspiracy he's trying to track down. He's every once in a while Pterodactyl will kind of run into those people, but he'll completely obliterate them.
Yeah,
But he kind of just shows up.
he's an urban legend.
He's an urban legend. I also picture him to be really like, when you said it a minute ago, Ridley, like from
Yeah, I wouldn't be picturing him that big.
I think it would work if he was. Do you picture a human like physiology? Do you see a human in Pterodactyl?
I see like a human form.
Okay.
But I keep thinking of Ridley.
Yeah.
Like it's a very Ridley looking thing. Like he's humanoid, but he's also.
I think it should be close to Ridley big.
Okay. Could we compromise and go like halfway?
Sure.
Okay.
7 to 9 feet tall or
That's
something like that.
Say 10 feet.
Say 9. I'll say 9.
9 feet tall
9
works.
feels more right.
Okay.
Yeah, because he still is. You could if he's stressed at 13 and a half feet tall, then his human form is almost gone, basically, in my mind. So 10 feet tall would work, but still, that's monstrous.
If you draw him, can you draw him with the idea that you can see where the human could be, but it's not human anymore?
No, I've got some cool ideas for this.
And I think that would work with him, also Pterodactyl, not Pterodactyl, Pterodactyl, becoming kind of a hero in the London area for some people, because Pterodactyl is kind of starting to threaten that area as well.
Like a Jack the Ripper kind of thing.
Yes, which is kind of what I had that in mind a while back, of someone that is just like someone or something is shredding people at random in London. And now there's the reports of like, do we have a new Jack the Ripper in town? And it's kind of being hushed up, but that's because it's not a human serial killer. It's something
part
worse.
What the agency does.
Yeah.
Maybe our next episode is or like book 1 of Pterodactyl and where he goes. Like that's the story we start with. I think origin wise, I would do. It would be like issue 1, pick up in the middle of his career at this agency. He is the Pterodactyl. He's doing his stuff.
And then it all crashes.
And then it all crashes down.
Yeah.
It's like you pick it, you show the audience he's competent as a spy. He knows how to use this suit enough.
Yeah. Well, let's save this stuff because this is going to be the fun and the meat of the next 2 episodes.
Okay.
And then that's setting up him as well as, branching out with the characters we know so far. And I think that's where it's going to be.
All right, who wants to take a whack at the recap?
Okay.
Poof.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try this time. All right.
So, your mic a little bit.
Okay. So Pterodactyl is the code name that this kid has given to himself. He works for a government agency, which we never really covered why. It's a monarch-esque government agency that has put him on an assignment and in London, and his alter ego is a high schooler
named Victor Phoenix.
Named Victor. He's doing small missions around the city or whatever, and then all of a sudden his world comes crashing down as the agency he works for and most of the people he knows are destroyed by some sort of unknown monster or assailant working for an unknown agency. Now he's on the run because every gun in town is being pointed at his head, and he's trying to figure out what is happening and what this agency has been hiding for so long. And on the way he meets a lot of different characters we'll get into next week.
All right, sounds pretty good.
That sounds good.
That's about everything. Yeah.
He can fly.
Oh yeah, he can fly.
He's got a suit with gadgets.
All right, and we also mentioned like things like speed and eloper. I don't know.
We also have a did you mention the Jack the Ripper-esque monster that we also have?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't mention Pterodactyl.
Yeah.
The eloper, we should just change it to a P. He should be a loper. He's a shapeshifter that runs off with women.
No.
The eloper.
No,
and
the answer is
he
no.
murders them or something.
The answer is no.
He's a threat. He's a threat. He's a serious threat.
Thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to contact us, you can do so at theretconmicrowave@gmail.com. If you'd like to help out the show, tell a friend about us, give us a good review on something, whatever you're listening to, us on. Next week we're gonna give a whack at our first story-driven
the first amalgam of characters.
Yeah. See what we can do. Again, thanks so much for listening. Goodbye.
Praying mantis.
Thank you so much for listening. This has been the Retcon Microwave. If you'd like to contact us, you can reach us at theretconmicrowave@gmail.com. If you'd like to support the show, tell a friend. And if you'd like to know more about the characters we're creating, you can check out the website in the description. I mean, unless I haven't created it yet, but, well, soon enough. It'll be there. Okay, bye.